Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to another fantastic episode in which we're gonna talk about the Oceanic contest, and I'm gonna explain you guys how this will gonna work. And it's super important for you to watch this episode in order to have the correct expectations regarding this event. And of course, towards the end of this video, I would like to show you guys, but also to River Game, how this should have looked like, but not as an event, but rather as something which we could do on the daily basis, because I'm gonna use the footage from a video which I sent to River Game 611 days ago. So yeah, dear beautiful people, the coming soon pile is a huge one. So yeah, this Oceanic Conquest will gonna start on the 25th of July, and this event has some elements for the free-to-play players. They will be able to get something out of this, but they also of course gonna have some buyable items, because it wouldn't be River Game if we wouldn't have had that. So let's start with this tab in which you are seeing the following important stuff. So you're gonna see a ship there on the middle of the screen, and by the way, it's gonna be two types of them. You see that key, so when you click on that key, you will be able actually to see exactly what kind of rewards are you getting per attack, but also at the same time what rewards can you get if you are succeeding to sink that ship. Now let's go back to the main tab, because this is super important, because you can imagine you actually have to buy these missiles in order to do an attack. And dear River Game, if you are adding a price tag in order for me to do just one attack, then you are indirectly forcing us to compare the costs of these missiles versus the possible rewards from the attacks or also from sinking the ships. But it still doesn't change the fact that I must add in here, this design is extremely poor, River Game, because I'm literally clicking one button, and after that the system will probably gonna decide, is that gonna be a normal hit, or probably every now and then you have a chance to get a crit hit, which is gonna have a higher damage value, but that's kind of it. I'm gonna have to click far more times in order to purchase the pack than the amount of clicks which are required to participate in this event. So we said there is also something for the free-to-play players, because within this stage, which is 3 weeks, we're gonna have some events on the map on which you can send a march and attack these ships. And this is super important here to mention, it will cost you nothing, no VIT in order to participate. The only thing what will gonna cost you is that march query will gonna be locked. So for example, if you're sending your tank march with that specific tank setup, that march is going towards that boss, and till that march comes back to your base, you won't be able to use the same setup to do something else. So that's pretty much it. Now let me show you how this should have looked like, but not as an event, dear beautiful people, but as something which we could have on the daily basis. So you're seeing now a video on the screen which was sent to River Game 611 days ago, in which I have shown them what other games out there actually give their player base to do on the daily basis in order to make the game a bit more less boring. And now let's focus just on this kind of battles with the ship. So what you see now on the screen, it's an event actually from Guns of Glory and totally hooked me up. So first of all, we have to mention there is 0 requirements for you to participate. And what happens basically, this is AFK kind of thing, and every time you sink one of these small boats, you're gonna get these tokens which are required in you to upgrade your guns, because if you have a higher level on your gun, you're actually gonna do more damage. And on top of this, whenever you have the feeling that you can perform a battle, or in other words, your guns are strong enough, then you click on that button, the battle, and this is exactly what happens. So dear River Game, just open your eyes in order to see how many times I have to click in here, but also how many times I actually have to take a decision. Because this is the boss ship there, marching from the left side to the right side, which means, in other words, once the ship has reached the right side of the screen, if I was not able to take all its HP down, then basically I have not succeeded that challenge. What else do you see? You see 2 targets which I have to specifically target in order to get a higher hit two of them. And on top of this, there is also a special effect which is charging with every hit coming from my guns. And once it's charged, like right now, I have to take this decision. When am I gonna use it? Am I gonna use it right now or just wait till the end in order to take as much HP down from this boss as possible? And if I'm clicking now on this special effect, this is exactly what happens. This is a big amount of damage, and the boss actually will maintain his position during this special effect animation. And you see the HP of the ship actually going down. And that's kind of it, and it's super awesome. And I must admit, dear beautiful people, this AFK mini event on the daily basis, which has literally zero requirements for me to participate, absolutely hooked me. And it has remained till today one of my favorite dailies in one online game. So you cannot see anywhere on the screen that there is somewhere in which you can purchase something. And also I must mention that all the items which are required for you to upgrade the cannons are also obtained 100% free in here. And why am I telling you this, dear River Game? Because if you think only the free-to-play players actually struggle right now to find somewhere fun in TOPWAR, then you are wrong, because we already have reached tier 2 or tier 3 in which we have a lot of high spending players announcing they're gonna quit or they're gonna take a break. And what we have to mention is these people can still afford to buy packs. I can still afford to buy packs. That's not the issue. The big problem is always seeing you developing stuff, hooking with some kind of sales. And at this point, it's not about a certain amount of players which can literally afford to buy those packs. It's all about the fact that this is simply disgusting. And I'm super sorry, but I have not found a better word to describe this. Absolutely disgusting. Because, dear River Game, if you think that's exactly what TOPWAR needs right now, then how about we take a shortcut and get this over with? In other words, the next patch on which you should work on is every single player in TOPWAR is allowed to hit just one time a Dark Legion, one time a Warhammer, and just one single time the War Boss per day for free, and then implement such a token which must be bought by players in order for them to hit multiple times per day. And by the way, if I'm clicking a button to hit something, this is not considered to be playing. This is just simply considered you are clicking a button. There is no strategy behind it. So anyways, beautiful people, this is exactly how this event looks like. I highly suggest you, if you have the time, to go watch that episode which I have sent to the developers 611 days ago. Because you're gonna see far more things which I have suggested back then to River Game to implement in TOPWAR, so we have this on the daily basis in order to make the game less boring. So as always, beautiful people, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to support this channel, because this channel supports you back by subscribing, by sharing this channel with your friends. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next episode. Ciao guys.